I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider, from LA to the Bay to Las Vegas, then to Baltimore, then back to Vegas. Pop the collar, make the dollar, shake the haters. Baby, Maxx Crosby, I get to keep his jersey for one more season, baby. Get to keep this 9-8 going.
Yep.
What a circus. What a circus that was.
Yeah.
Back and forth. Poor Max. You know, he put out an apology, put out that tweet or that message out there, that video responding to the trade. But then he finds out a couple days later. I mean, this is old news, right? Everybody knows this. What happened? The Ravens had buyer's remorse, bro. There's no medical that this guy didn't pass. They knew that he wasn't going to pass. He just had surgery 2 months ago. Yeah. There's no freaking way.
Yeah, so he wasn't playing tomorrow.
The Ravens, man, they look bad. I mean, you know, I hope Crosby has a chip on his shoulder and says, you know what, next time I see y'all on the field, I'm gonna run y'all. I'm gonna run Jackson over, probably injure him again for the season. So,
right? Yeah,
nah, I'm just kidding.
So now what you gonna do? Some of us.
Hilarious though, man. It's just crazy how this turned out. You know, it all comes back to just help the Raiders out, right? I mean, they look better now with Maxx Crosby on the roster than all the free agencies they picked up. Obviously, they look better. I mean, Kwity Paye, bro, he's not the kind of guy that's gonna necessarily be an all-star. Maybe
be a game wreck.
He's part of that Colts defense that had a good run and was pretty solid. So I'm excited about that player. I'm excited that Eric Stokes got signed. So a lot of good moves here by the Raiders, but you know, it's still early. Still got a long way to go.
Right.
The news everywhere for all Raider fans and NFL fans everywhere is that Max gets rescinded from his trade. What are your thoughts there?
Like, that was crazy. We had all this money, so once we traded Max, I was like, all right, well, let's just fill out the roster. So we got everybody. Kwity Paye was a decent pickup. He came out to be like 14 mil. The other ones were like 25, 22 million. So right there, in that aspect, we save a little money. He's solid. He reminds me a lot of, who's the other guy we have on the other side of the line?
Kuntz?
Fifth year option. The other one, he just couldn't get it together.
Tyree Wilson?
At the end. Yeah, Tyree Wilson. So they're more similar styles of playing. You know, power rusher, not too athletic. But, you know, he's not too fast, but he can move him in the DT, especially when we're playing 3-4 now. So we can move him around, have him on one side as an end, and then have Crosby as the outside linebacker blitzing. And, you know, so we can make things happen like that. The Jalen Reagor signing was pretty cool. You know, he's super fast. I've seen a couple of little videos of him, and he's got moves. He can break away. So it would be really nice to see if Kubiak can put him in positions to dominate like our Shaheed. It makes sense to get this guy. But that first round pick would have been nice. Maybe we could have used that for a receiver. So that was like the only negative part about it. But honestly, whenever we did all the signings, the one thing we were missing on defense is a game wrecker. And we basically got that back. You know, we lost first round picks, but we weren't using them now. So we basically seems like we just re-signed a $30 million player. So, yeah, I mean, I like a defense looks solid. I like the linebackers. I think that's one of our biggest upgrades, Kobe Dean and Quail Walker. Obviously, they're not like elite or anything like that, but they're really, really good at what they do. The Kobe Dean didn't play too much. I know he had a couple injury scares in the past, but that Super Bowl run, he was really good. I know he's like a 60% playing player, but our defensive coordinator is Rob Leonard, and he was a linebackers coach originally with Mike McDonald. So he can help that area. The coverage is what we need. I know they play hard. I know they play fast. So that's going to be really good. And then the Linderbaum deal, I think that's like the best one. I mean, yeah, we paid a lot. I thought maybe it would be like 4 years, 80, 81 mil. Ended up being 3 years, 80, 81 mil. But he's the best run blocking center. So we clearly want to run. So that wasn't just for Mendoza. That was definitely for Ashton Gentry. The slot corner we got, I don't know too much of him, but they said he's really good for a slot corner. We didn't give up too much. He's only making like 7-8 mil or something like that. Slot corners like that can make 12 to 15 more, especially in the league right now where they're putting a lot of 4 or 5 wide receiver sets. The 2 first-round picks would have been nice. You know, what we could have got with the 14th pick and what next year, you know, moving up, moving down, what we could have done with that. But Max is Max, you know. I don't know if you saw this, but even Linderbaum, he went on when they were doing the interviews with him. He was like, man, I'm excited to have Max back. I've played against him on the other side.
Yeah.
It was not fun. We literally had a whole day where we talked about him and how we're gonna defend him. So I'm excited that he's playing with us. I was like, yeah, that is dope. And I hope Trey Henderson tears his ACL and then they mess up and then no, I'm just kidding, Henderson. Just don't tear your ACL, but just only get like 4 sacks and let Maxx break like the sack record.
That's definitely the case
Yeah.
here, man. If him being shipped off, and my concern was immediately, right? The Ravens hurt the trade value for Maxx. Did him dirty,
Yeah.
pretty much. You know what I mean? Just like, because he could have gone, we could have got that first, what the Cowboys were offering, which is that first pick, a first round pick, a second round pick, and a player. That's what the Cowboys were offering.
And I heard the Bears too. The Bears offered like 2 first round picks than the Cowboys and the Ravens.
Yeah, and there's still offers out there. So my thing was that,
strong.
So if the Raiders go ahead and actually, lend him off, then you're thinking, okay, is he really damaged goods? Like, you know what I mean? Because if the Raiders are anxious to get him off this year, instead of saying, okay, well, hold on, we got a pretty good team here, and Maxx just as a cherry on the cake, then it would seem like this surgery is no big deal. It would seem like Maxx is okay. He could play, 3 more years. But if they do sell him, they do go ahead and trade him. I think that's a bad look for Maxx, as if, he is damaged goods, man, and he's got like maybe 2 years as opposed to 3 years of playing. But it seems like there's still confidence in the guy. There's still confidence in him being as a player. I mean, you've seen right after the Chiefs game, and he had that injury. It didn't seem like he was playing with an injury.
It just looked like normal Maxx.
Yeah, exactly. It looked like normal Maxx. Maybe a little slower. You couldn't see him groaning or taking breaks between snaps, things like that. So
exactly, he literally wanted to leave because we took him out when his knee is all destroyed.
Yeah, and now he's got a better chance at making the playoffs than he would have with the Ravens, because the Ravens lost all their free agencies, and that's exactly what happened, man. Is that they saw they were depleted, and they said, oh shit, we're about to give up 2 first rounders in the next 2 years. We're probably going to need that.
I mean, I'm really sure they didn't think Linderbaum was going to go 3 years, 81 million. They knew he was going to be up there. So they probably like, maybe we can get into like a little bidding war. Yeah. Then we saw it was that high. They're like, oh shit. And then there's backup tight end who was supposed to be their tight end of the future. And they saw what he got. And then everything started falling apart. Then you started noticing like, okay, that first round pick, he's probably going to use it on an old lineman. So that's going to be a caveat right there. But yeah, that's exactly what he got. He got cold feet because everybody in the league was saying, you knew what was wrong with him. They told you from the beginning what was wrong with it. Yeah. And that's why whenever the whole cancellation of the trade happened, the Raiders didn't say, oh, Maxx came back, offer rescinded because he failed the physical. They said, the Ravens just backed out a deal. Yeah. And that's what they said. They didn't say that it was because of that, because they knew it was bullshit. Like, you knew from the beginning, this dude just had surgery last week or a couple of weeks ago. And, and the doctor already said he's way above, his recovering time. So, yeah, man, I think they were just afraid, and they were hearing all this like, oh, the Ravens never traded a first round pick for, any veteran. And now they sent, 2 in 1 season. And it just got to him, and he just found a way out and bailed out.
Yeah, it was a mess. I feel bad mostly for Crosby, bro, and just the way he conducted himself was class act. Mm-hmm. Much respect for that message that he left us, and then he, that come
way
on
better
the final
than Devontae
day.
Adams.
Of course. and yeah, so anyways, I feel bad for Maxx, and he deserves an apology by the Ravens, man. He deserves hopefully a trip to the playoffs this season. Hopefully.
Yeah, man,
that's a long shot, but hopefully this year or next year we can get in there.
Yeah, man, because he does deserve it, man. He's, you reward players like that, and you don't reward them for, not making it, in the playoffs, because that's when they shine. That's when they really show out. Like, people know Maxx Crosby, but if we were in the playoffs more often, people would be like, yeah. He probably have a lot more Defensive Players of the Year awards, at least.
No, exactly. And that's another thing, right? You're in a team that you don't shine as much, so people don't get to see because you're not on the biggest stage. And therefore, maybe that's why as well, right? I mean, it's like Trey Henderson. Yeah. He's not up there with Maxx. You know what I mean? Yeah. To
definitely elite pass rusher.
Yeah.
For sure. But, like, there's elite pass rushers, then there's game wreckers. and there's only 3 game records. That's Maxx Crosby,
Miles Garrett.
and dude from the Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I forgot his name already.
Cowboy that got traded. Yeah.
So those are the 3 true game records ends.
Yeah.
TJ Watt, just he's a pass rusher, elite pass rusher. Everybody else is either elite pass rusher or elite run stopper.
Yeah.
Like Maxx Crosby is the best run stopping, pass rushing end. Miles Garrett is the best end, for pass rushing. And yeah, that's just how that's how I see it. So game records and elite pass rushers are 2 completely different ones. And you want a game record. And a game record could be a DN, can be a corner, can be a safety, all of that. So
yeah, I mean, your thoughts on Michael Kuntz getting signed there? Because Michael Kuntz obviously he got another year, 11 million.
Yeah, look, he's gonna be playing 3-4, and he's making less money. So that's the positive about it. So he's gonna be standing up a little, more athleticism, maybe quicker bursts. Yeah, the one thing I keep hearing about these knee surgeries and everything like that, it's like a 2-year thing. The first year you'll be good, you'll be coming back up, strengthening the muscle and everything. Like year 2 is supposed to be the shine. So that's what I'm coming up. And I've said it the past couple of years, like he was the guy that I thought was the reason why our defense was going to be legit.
Yeah.
Like that step up in his game was going to change everything. So, I'm still, I don't know if it's just, I just want him to succeed. I just want him to be so good. And with Max there and the 3-4, just with Rob Leonard, that's the other thing I wanted to mention, because the news was that, Max and Mark Davis talked about this 2 months ago about him leaving. For me, when I heard that, I was like, maybe Spytek was right when he said about Rob Leonard. He was like, no, I actually think this guy is legit. And I wanted Kubiak to interview him. And if Kubiak didn't want him, fine, we'll just move on. But if Mark Davis and Max already agreed upon it, Mark Davis is not going to not tell Spytek. He's going to tell Python, like, hey, look, this is what we're going to try to do. Let's try to get the best value out of it. He's willing to work with us to get us the best value. And then, so now I'm more excited for Rob Leonard after all of this. I'm like, maybe he really did see something. Like, maybe there is something with Rob Leonard that I couldn't look into. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, Rob Leonard has familiarity with all the players. It makes sense that people
and he's respected.
Have that narrative.
And he's as well respected. Yeah.
It tells me that they also see something in Kuntz, and then of course he's coming back from that knee injury, and it may take some time. The dude had 4 sacks, which is not a bad thing necessarily, right? I mean, he didn't get to have as many downs as Max had. He didn't get to get all those reps.
Yeah, of course,
because he was sharing with Tyree.
Max off the field.
Yeah, exactly. Max
don't get
except
off the field.
until after the surgery or up until
you got to put him on injured reserve.
Yeah,
and he'll still fight you for it.
That's the only way, and that's the way it should be, man. Because I mean,
knee barely holding from the skin of his bone. I want to play, coach.
Yeah, that's right.
Who gonna lift them boats? Max got us.
Expect Max to come in this season, bro, relentless, more and more relentless than the year before, because I think he's probably going to be pissed off. He's going to be like, you know what? I got this, baby. This is going to be my year.
Right.
And this team, I mean, yeah, it's heading in the right direction, man. There's an identity here even before they hit the field. You know that they're planning something.
Yeah, and it's matching Spytek's vision. Yeah. Like, Kubiak is matching Spytek's vision. They're on the same page. They know what they want, and they look like to be looking for similar things. So, I'm excited for that. I mean, I just hope, like I said, Max Defensive Player of the Year, like have that kind of year and, stuff like that. And maybe we do touch the playoffs, wild card, or at least make it very interesting at the very end. Like we lose to obviously the considerably better teams. But we beat the teams that are not good. So that's what I want.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
That show of progress, right? So I'm happy. I'm happy with the way things are going, and as I am every offseason. But the Maxx Crosby thing, that's he said it himself, bro. Things happen for a reason. He believes in things happening for a reason. So this is yo. This is crazy, and
I like his attitude, bro. He was just like, hey, I'm back. Let's just do this. I felt how it was to leave Raiders Nation. I didn't like that. I didn't like how they did to me. Yeah. And, the most dirty thing about this, they put it out there that his knee is really bad, that it's not as good as they thought it was going to be. Yeah. So now the whole world knows that lie. So
I can't wait to see what happens this coming week, man. Hopefully everything goes well. I guess we got Pro Day coming up. Mendoza is going to be spinning the ball with his guys.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes, man.
Showing off.
Hopefully a lot of good news there.
Because he didn't do much of the combine, but he said he wasn't going to do much. He's like, he knows he's going number one. He's like, I'm not about to do something extra for another team that, I happen to get hurt or something. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm going to make my boys look good, and then I'm going to collect that number one pick money. Vegas.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Raider Nation, Max is back and staying, hopefully.
Yep. Raiders. Exactly, yeah.
Raiders.
1 more year. At
Personnel.
least. Raiders.